guys, it's about 4 o'clock. Happy Valentine's Day. It's February 14th. I'm here in the city. I just got done training at Henzo's, and now I'm here at the IAVA headquarters, the Iraq Afghanistan Veterans of America, who was one of my sponsors for my last fight. Here to give them the check from the t-shirts, these special edition Fight for the Troops t-shirts that you guys were so gracious to purchase. So I'm here to give them the money that we raised for the IAVA.
I should tell you too, he was a teacher for a while, and his brother is still in the reserves.
Yeah, he was a JAG attorney for probably 5 or 6 or 7 years, and then he got out, moved back home, and in the reserves. So, but I guess I'll just say a little bit, and then if you guys have any questions about anything, kind of how I got turned on to the IAVA in general was one of my contacts / friends who works indirectly with Tokyo 5, who's one of my sponsors, asked if I'd like to come to a gala event in the city, and I had never done that before in my life, so I thought, cool, yeah, I'm in, no matter what. Who's it for? So, you know, once I got there and I kind of saw what it was and kind of dug what was going on and really liked the tempo and what he had to say about it. And then I met Paul and just kind of got talking. But to me, it was just an opportunity to get involved. I'm from a small town in PA, and like you said, I was a teacher in my hometown, my high school for a while, and then, you know, I just want something more, and, you know, that kind of led me into fighting, which ultimately led me into the UFC, and literally it is a dream come true. There's nothing I'd rather be doing. The day I signed my contract was like, literally I could die tomorrow, and I would die a happy guy. So, and one of the reasons, and less fortunate people, and then when I got, like I said, my brother was in the military, so my family has been in the military, and then that's something that I never really stopped and thought about. And then when I came to the gala in the city, and then, you know, I went down, I fought at Fort Hood, it was like, oh my God, this blows my mind. Like, it was the fact that they're kids, they're 18, 19-year-old kids, and like, I still think of myself as a kid, but I just turned 30, so I'm not a kid anymore. And just to see these guys, and, you know, like, oh, this is a great, man, I'm shipping out next week, and blah, blah, you know, it was like, holy cow, like, I got emotional down there, and it was like, you know, these kids were telling me how I'm like their hero, and I'm thinking, what? Like, what are you talking about? You know, so it was a huge, you know, moment. I said that easily that was the best fight, the best event I've ever been a part of, combat type thing. And then I just, there was a gym around my town. I said, oh, I'll go in there and mess around a little bit. And then from there it was like I got a taste of it, and I said I want to have 1 amateur fight, and then I had 5, and I want to have 1 pro fight, and then I want a tournament, and then it was like, you know, just I want more. So. And then knock him out with a looping right cross.
I don't think we're familiar with that.
No demonstration. He was fighting with GSP this morning. I need to raise some money and do some good work.
Boxing training, but can you sort of give us an idea of like what your typical week of training looks like?
Yeah. Like.
Repeat the question. We couldn't hear you down here.
Yeah, the question was, what does his typical week of training look like?
Out of a 7-day week, like, I don't operate on weekdays and weekends. I just say there's a 7-day week. I say a day and a half off. So that means 1 full day off and then another half day, meaning I'll only work out once. But for the most part, I spar, which includes stand-up sparring or live wrestling or live jiu-jitsu at least 3, probably 4 times a week. And then I do technical boxing at least once, probably twice a week. Technical jiu-jitsu 1 to 2 times a week. Strength and conditioning 3 to 4 times a week. And then I wrestle probably a day or 2 a week. And it's generally like, you know, a morning and evening or morning or afternoon type thing. So Sunday's like a hard sparring day. Monday is strength and conditioning, jiu-jitsu. Tuesdays, you know, wrestling, boxing. So it normally works out. Big plans, but some of the things I want to get into, one is always the possibility of opening up a gym or, you know, being an instructor type thing. I'm really into public speaking, and whether that's motivational speaking or whether it's, like, I like speaking to kids. So, like, I've done talks before where I speak to, you know, kids about staying on the right track. And because growing up, I was like kind of the I don't know the word, just kind of the oddball, because I was like the good athlete and the cool guy, but I never drank and I never did drugs. So it was like I was always that guy that didn't fit in, but it wasn't like, you know, I didn't fit in because I didn't have any friends. It was because I didn't fit in because I just didn't do what everyone else did. So I like to kind of convey that to kids, that, you know, that they can do do that. And I've been able to. My mom's a school nurse, so she got me into her school. My brother's a principal, got me into his school. So little by little, things like that are happening. We made it Fight for the Troops, and on the back it says Team Spaniard. Well, you've probably seen pictures of it. But anyway, we were able to raise $1,200 for the IAVA through the sales of the T-shirts and everything. So we sold over like 200. So I'll be able to write that and check out.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for being here. Can we give it up for him one more time? Thank you, DC. Thank you, guys. We'll get him to come down and beat you all up soon.
There you go. There you go.
All right.